everybody, Justin Worden. You're watching What's New in Electronics. We are here, day 3, the final day of IPC Apex in Anaheim 2024. I'm with Juan of Inovaxe. Juan, how's it going?
It's going great, Justin. How about you?
Oh man, the voice is just hanging on by a thread, but we're gonna have a fun conversation.
Mine too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my business cards are gone. I think the water's gone, and we still got the cameras rolling. So let's see what we can get out of this.
You got it.
All right, man. So hey, first off, let's do a brief introduction of Inovaxe, and then I want to get into some high-level stuff.
Sure. So I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing for Inovaxe, and what we do is smart storage of component reels, but it's not just reels, it's everything in the manufacturing. And our goal is to help our customers be more efficient, effective with their space and with their manufacturing needs.
The interesting thing is there's probably a lot of people that, hear of Inovaxe are like smart storage. Like, we don't need that. And you might not need it right now, but the way the world is going, I mean, things are coming back in-house. And to be quite frank, I don't think there's enough space.
Well, and a lot of our conversations start that route. They contact us and say, can you help us improve the utilization of our space because we're tasked with a 2 to 5x growth, but I got no more space. And we're able to shrink the stock room by a third of their space by being more efficient with how we store. And it's basically a pick-to-light system. So the nice thing about it is everywhere I visit, I see a line stop because I can't find the next reel. That doesn't happen with us because we get a feeder low signal and we light up before it exhausts. So the production lines improve by 10 to 15%. But in the stock room, the question I always ask, how long does it take you to pull a kit? And I hear 2 hours to 1 day. And we made a video because I wanted to know with a timer, and we did it in 6 minutes.
Wow. Sometimes people, when they look at their line, they base their decisions off assuming that everything is going to be running perfect and nothing's going to go down. And, we're getting into this situation now with all the data and everything says smart. You're learning more about your process. And sometimes learning more isn't always the best thing. You kind of look in the mirror, the light's a little brighter, you don't look as good as you once were. How are you helping people kind of just deal with the fact that they're finding out that we're not running as good as we thought we were?
Well, we improve the efficiency of the machine, but they don't admit the real wait time. So that's why the number we get is 10 to 15, but we know it's better because you're right. Nobody wants to be told that their baby is ugly, right? So every place I go to, a line stops because they can't find the next reel.
And we're not calling their baby ugly, but that's a funny joke. No, but what we're telling you really is like, sometimes you got to prepare for the worst case scenario.
That's right.
And it's not because you're going to mess up, and you're not even doing it to protect yourself. If you want to look at it from a much greener light, you're doing it to protect your customer, their customer, because they're the one that are going to pay for it.
And we want them to grow so then they can grow with us. That's how we grow. And what we want is for them to get the best utilization of their investment. They can pay $1 to $2 million on a line. You stop for an hour because you can't find a reel. What did that cost you?
I have a feeling people watching this just said $1 to $2 million for a line. Where? Where is that, a discounted line? Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
A small line.
A small line, yeah, right. I don't know if you saw the equipment on this floor, but it's getting bigger. It's getting smaller, but it's getting so technically advanced. I mean, it's getting expensive.
Well, I worked at several of those. So
Yeah,
I worked at mounters and inspection, so I know I'm well aware of what a line costs.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to scare them saying like everything's so expensive now. It is, but the fact of the matter is if that line isn't running, you're losing money.
Absolutely. And that's something that time is the one thing we can't get back. That it's gone, it's gone. And if you can be more efficient and more effective with what you're doing, you will be successful.
Now, taking it to a little bit of a higher level, what really do you believe is the driving force behind or the motivation behind bringing more things in-house?
So the one thing that COVID did for us is bring work back. So that's probably the only thing I would say that was good about COVID. And organic growth is also staying. So we're seeing an uptick in manufacturing. The one thing that I'll put a little asterisk is historically on an election year, the second half slows down because they don't know who's going to be in charge. But for the most part, all the companies we're visiting are planning for growth because that's what they see in their horizon.
I think one exciting thing about talking with, well, I'll rephrase it. One exciting thing is if you're talking to Juan or you're talking to Inovaxe, that means you're growing, right? That's a good thing. So
That's right.
part of growing is having to reinvest back into the business. And the one thing about smart storage is when you reinvest into smart storage, that's an ROI you see almost immediately.
It is immediately. And that's one of the things that we're a nice to have. You don't have to have our things for you to produce. And sometimes our investments get delayed because their printer broke or they need more capacity. So that's a must. But the best compliment we get from our customers is, since I implemented your system, I have not lost a reel.
You know what? And I bet since they incorporated your system, they probably gain customers because when they have their customers walk their floor, it's so nice to showcase some sort of protective layer.
Absolutely. And they use that. And that's one of the things that when we sign on new customers, we ask a lot. Can we do a press release? Can we do a testimonial? Because it's a marketing for them, but it's also spreads our word of how effective our solution is. And it's a solution that was born out of need. The owners of Inovaxe were a contract manufacturing shop.
Ah,
And he
sounds like they lost the money.
he,
I'm just kidding.
he
Sorry.
built it for his use. And customers would come visit him and they say, "Oh, wow, that's neat. Can I buy it?" And then he ended up saying he sold the contract shop and dedicated to Inovaxe.
That's a brilliant origin story, man. So if people want to learn more about how they can get Inovaxe inside their house, where do they go?
Either send me an email or go to, which is juan.arango@inovax.com, or our website, inovax.com.
Thank you,
We'd
man.
love to help you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.